I never thought I'd say this, but after treating thousands of older adults over 38 years, I've changed my mind about walking. Most people think walking is the perfect exercise after 70. It's free, it's simple, and it feels safe. But here's what they don't see. Every week in my clinic, I meet seniors, strong, sharp, independent, who were just doing their daily walk. And then they fell. Not because they were frail, not because they were clumsy, but because their bodies were quietly breaking down in ways walking alone couldn't fix. One woman, 73, told me, "Doctor, I was just walking like always, and suddenly my leg gave out." What caused it? Not her heart, not her blood sugar, not her bones. It was something more subtle. Something I call the walking trap. Let me explain. You see, after 70, your muscles don't recover the same way. Your joints don't cushion impact the same way. And your balance reflexes, they slow down quietly until one uneven step becomes a disaster. And that's the scary part. Walking can help, but if it's not paired with the right moves, it may silently accelerate aging. So today, I'm not just going to tell you why too much walking can backfire. I'm going to show you the little-known exercises that prevent falls before they happen, the 3 muscle groups walking doesn't protect, and how to train them safely, and the exact daily movement plan I now give all my patients over 70. Because if you've ever felt a little unsteady on your feet or needed to grab the wall for just a second, that wasn't just a fluke, it was a signal. And in part 4, I'll share one silent threat, a hidden habit in your daily routine that weakens your spine without you realizing. But first, let's begin with the most urgent fix. How one simple balance move saved my patient from another fall and could protect your independence too. 1. Balance and stability exercises to prevent falls. Let me tell you a story I'll never forget. Her name was Margaret, a retired elementary school teacher. Sharp mind, lively spirit, and a smile that could still light up a classroom. At 74, she prided herself on her morning walks, same route every day, 2 laps around the park, rain or shine. But one Tuesday morning, Margaret lost her footing on a patch of uneven sidewalk. She fell sideways and broke her hip. "Doctor," she whispered through tears, "I wasn't even tired, I just tipped." It wasn't weakness, it wasn't age, it was her ankle stability, or rather the quiet erosion of it over the years. You see, here's the before most seniors never notice. As we age, the tiny stabilizer muscles in our feet, ankles, and hips lose strength faster than our large muscles. They're the first responders when we trip, turn, or react. And without them, a small wobble becomes a danger. After just 3 weeks of targeted balance work, simple, at-home moves, Margaret's posture shifted. Her steps became quieter, more confident. She even called to tell me she was walking less, but felt stronger. "Doctor," she said, "I'm not afraid of falling anymore." That's when I knew we'd rebuilt more than muscle. We'd rebuilt trust in her body. So here's the bridge. If you're over 70, walking alone isn't enough. You need balance and ankle training, because the moment you slip, it's too late to wonder if your body knows how to catch you. Start simple. Stand near your kitchen counter. Lift 1 foot an inch off the ground. Hold for 10 seconds. Now switch sides. Feel the wobble? That's not weakness. That's your brain rewiring balance in real time. One more tip? Try brushing your teeth while standing on one leg. That's 2 minutes a day of free fall prevention training. Because here's the truth. A fall after 70 doesn't just bruise a hip. It bruises confidence, independence, dignity. And for many of my patients, that's the real injury. So before another step, strengthen your balance. It's your body's first line of defense. Coming up next, we'll unlock the one forgotten ability that keeps your joints young and pain-free, and how a small stretch in your neck may hold the key to better mobility. 2. Flexibility and mobility exercises to keep joints healthy. Do you remember pulling out of the driveway, glancing over your shoulder, and turning your head without even thinking? Reaching for something in the back seat, twisting, turning, backing up. It was effortless, almost automatic. But now, if that little head turn while reversing has started to feel stiff, or if tying your shoes seems like more of a yoga pose than a simple bend, that's not just aging. It's your joints waving a white flag. As we get older, the synovial fluid, that's the natural lubrication inside your joints, begins to dry out. The fascia, those silken sheets around your muscles, become more glue than glide. And mobility, the ability to move freely and fully, begins to shrink quietly. Like a rubber band left in a drawer for too long, it stiffens before it snaps. Now the effect? Loss of mobility leads to shorter strides, poor posture, shallow breathing, and increased risk of joint pain, especially in your hips, knees, and shoulders. But the good news? Your body is incredibly responsive if you speak its language. And that language is movement. Gentle, full-range daily movement. Let me show you a favorite mobility reset I teach patients. Stand tall. Slowly lift your arms overhead like you're painting a rainbow. Now sweep them wide and down. Repeat it slowly. 5 times, breathing deeply. Feels simple, right? But that motion does 3. It stretches the upper spine, shoulders, and side body. This opens the rib cage, improves posture, and restores shoulder mobility. You'll breathe deeper, move smoother, and even sleep better because your joints aren't locked in anymore. One patient, George, 78, told me after 2 weeks of this, "I can put on my jacket without twisting like a pretzel now." Small win, maybe, but to him, it felt like getting 10 years back. And here's the beautiful part. These movements don't require weights, machines, or even floor space. Just 2-3 minutes a day, standing by your bed or chair. You're not chasing flexibility like a gymnast. You're reclaiming the freedom to move through life on your terms. So if you've been feeling stiff, if turning your neck or reaching up feels foreign, that's not the end. It's a signal. And signals are meant to be answered. Coming up next, I'll show you the one invisible system in your body keeping you upright and how to protect it from silent strain every time you walk, sit, or stand. 10.3 Core and posture exercises to protect your spine. Let me ask you something. When you hear the word core, what do you picture? Most people think of six-pack abs, crunches, gym workouts. But in my 38 years treating older adults, I've learned something far more important. Your core isn't about vanity, it's about stability. I call it your silent stabilizer. You don't feel it weakening, you don't see it disappearing, but the moment you step off a curb, reach for something too far, that's when it fails and it's not your fault. Let's rewind to Margaret, the retired teacher from earlier. Remember how she fell during a walk without warning? Her balance improved, yes, but there was one piece of the puzzle still missing. Her core strength. "Doctor," she told me later, "I didn't even realize I had a core." I smiled and said, "That's how it hides, until it doesn't." Completely stand up with doing Margaret saving. The super muscles also be using something like you said, when your core is made up of deep muscles that wrap around your spine, hips, and abdomen, like a natural back brace. When they're strong, they hold your posture upright, absorb shock from each step, protect your lower back from sudden jolts. But when they weaken, you lean forward, your gait shortens, your spine absorbs every impact directly. I call this the invisible threat, because it doesn't hurt until it really does. And here's the empowering part. Just 90 seconds a day can rebuild your core connection. Try this. Sit on the edge of a chair. Place your hands across your chest. Slowly lean back just a few inches, then return upright. Repeat 8 to 10 times. No jerking, no weights, just your body relearning control. Another favorite? Stand against a wall. Flatten your lower back into it. Hold for 10 seconds. That's your core waking up. One of my patients, Carl, 81, called this his back button. Every time I press it, he said, I feel steadier. And posture? That's not about standing straight out of pride. It's about relieving pressure from your spine. A gentle cue I love. Imagine a string pulling the crown of your head upward like a marionette. It softens your shoulders, opens your chest, and resets your nervous system in seconds. Now here's the loop I promised from earlier. Back in the opening, I said walking too much after 70 can silently strain your body. Well, this is one of the culprits. Weak core, more spinal pressure with every step. More pressure, faster wear on your joints. But now you know, and awareness is your power. So next time you go for a walk, remember your spine isn't just along for the ride. It needs its own workout too. Let's clear something up, because most seniors get this wrong. You've been told that walking is the safest, most effective way to stay active as you age. And in many ways, it is. But walking alone, without the right surfaces, shoes, and movement balance, walking is great, until it's not. I've seen it too many times to stay silent. A K-me marathon like daily walks on hard concrete, worn out shoes without arch support, ignoring stiffness in the knees or hips because that's just age. Shorter, intentional walks on soft, even ground. Supportive footwear that absorbs shock. Adding complementary movements that protect the joints walking doesn't reach. One patient, Harold, 76, told me, "I walk 10,000 steps every day, doc. Why do my knees hurt more than ever?" We checked his routine. Turns out all his steps were on pavement. No warm-up, no variation. Just forward, forward, forward. And that's the problem. Walking trains only one direction forward, but your joints are built for multi-directional motion. Think of your joints like car tires. Drive only in one direction, every day for years. The tread wears unevenly, the alignment drifts. Now imagine rotating those tires, realigning the frame. That's what low-impact, joint-preserving movements do for your body. Let me show you a few. Side-to-side steps. Step to the right, then back to center. Repeat left. This activates your hip stabilizers, often ignored during walking. Heel-to-toe rocks. Stand tall and rock gently from your heels to your toes. This improves ankle mobility and reduces plantar strain. Wall slides. Stand against a wall and slowly slide down just a few inches. Engages knees, hips, and thighs without pounding your joints. These aren't workouts, they're longevity movements. You're not training to impress anyone. You're training to keep moving freely without pain. And here's my gentle challenge to you. Before your next walk, try just 2 minutes of these joint preps. You may be shocked how much lighter, smoother, and safer your steps feel. Because too many of my patients say, "I thought walking more would help," when really it was the kind of walking and what was missing that made the difference. Stay with me because next, I'll reveal the most underestimated anti-aging tool in your body, your muscles, and how losing them shrinks your independence, while building them can turn back your clock. 5. Strength training to preserve muscle mass. Let me say something boldly, and I hope it sticks with you. Muscle is your best medicine after 70. Lose it, and you start losing mobility. Build it, and you turn back your biological clock. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Doctor, I'm not trying to become a bodybuilder. And I get it. That's not the goal. But here's what no one tells you. Muscle is your anti-aging armor. It protects your joints, stabilizes your balance, supports your heart, and helps control blood sugar and brain health. After 30, we lose 3 to 5% of muscle every decade. After 60, that process accelerates. By 75, most adults have lost nearly 25% of their muscle mass. That means even simple tasks, getting up from a chair, carrying groceries, or walking upstairs, become harder. Not because you're sick, because your muscles simply aren't there to support you. Now imagine this future. You're 78. You get out of bed, stand tall, walk confidently to the kitchen, lift a full pot of water with ease. No groaning, no fear of losing your balance. Just strength, quiet and steady. That's the power of keeping muscle active. It's not vanity, it's dignity. You don't need heavy weights. You don't need a gym. All you need is 3 minutes a day to begin. Try this simple muscle saver routine, seated or standing. Sit to stands, 1 minute. Sit in a sturdy chair. Stand up. Sit down, slow and controlled. Engages glutes, thighs, and core. Wall push-offs 1 minute. Place your hands on the wall, step back slightly. Do gentle push-offs, working your chest, arms, and shoulders. March in place 1 minute. Lift your knees gently, arms swinging. This boosts coordination, balance, and leg tone. That's it. 3 minutes. Every morning or evening. One of my patients, Lenora, 82, said, "I started with soup cans and chair stands. 2 months later, I can lift my grandbaby without help." Her eyes lit up when she told me, "That's not just strength, that's freedom." That's 1 minute, every day for the next 3 months. Would your walk feel smoother? Would your back stop aching? Would you finally feel in control of your aging? I'll tell you, the patients who build muscle after 70, they move better, they fall less, they live more. So don't let time rob you of something so simple to regain. Strength is not a luxury, it's your birthright. And next, I'll tie everything together and leave you with a message that might just change how you think about movement forever. When you conclusion, we've covered a lot today. And if you're feeling a bit surprised, maybe even a little uncertain, that's okay. Because the truth is, walking isn't bad, but it's not enough. Not after 70. Not if you want to protect your joints, preserve your independence, and move through life without fear. We started by questioning something we all thought was harmless, daily walks. And we uncovered something deeper. That balance protects your freedom. That flexibility restores your ease. That posture shields your spine from silent strain. That low-impact movement can extend your mobility without stress. And that strength, real, deep, foundational strength, is what keeps you standing tall. Not just physically, but emotionally, with pride. Now I want you to take a breath, close your eyes for a moment, and imagine the version of you 6 months from now. More stable on your feet, able to bend, reach, stretch without pain, confident during your walks because your body feels ready. That future, it's not a fantasy. It's just a result of small, steady shifts starting today. And let me say this clearly. You're not fragile. You're adaptable. Your body isn't broken. It's waiting for better instructions. Start small, 1 movement a day, 1 balance tweak, 1 core breath, 1 intentional walk. Your movement needs must evolve with you. Start small, stay steady, and your body will reward you. Now I'd love to hear from you. What part of today's message surprised you the most? Was it the balance? The hidden dangers of overwalking? Or perhaps the realization that muscle is still within reach at any age? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I read every single one. And if you found this helpful, share it with someone you care about. Because no one over 70 deserves to live in fear of a fall or feel like their best days are behind them. You are capable. You are worthy of strength. And your journey is just getting started. Until next time, I'm Dr. John Maxwell. Thank you for trusting me with your time, your story, and your health.